All right, so this book is called The Sandwich Swap, and it's by Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah, with help from Kelly Di Puccio and illustrated by Tricia Tusa. So this is a story about two young girls, Lily and Salma, and Lily is more of a traditional American peanut butter and jelly type girl, and that's really what this story is about, is these two girls having different sandwiches. Lily is has peanut butter jelly, and Salma has a hummus sandwich. And so they're friends, and they show how they are similar using really beautiful watercolor and crayon illustrations. And it just shows how in so many ways they get along and they do so many nice things together. And then it comes to the lunchroom, and they always had the same kind of sandwich. Lily with peanut butter and Salma with pita and hummus. And it starts by them calling each other's, they always thought that each other's sandwiches were gross, but neither of them had ever tried each other's sandwiches. So it really talks about cultural differences and really not quite understanding someone different from themselves. So they hadn't tried each other's sandwiches, but they are make prejudgments about each other's sandwiches before they have even tried them. So it really brings in themes of prejudice and misunderstanding. Even though these girls are friends on so many different levels, they're letting the fact that their sandwiches are different get in the way of their friendship. So they have disagreements. There's a food fight in the school that kids can really get a lot out of. They think that's kind of funny, so they like that. They do have to go to the principal's office. They get in trouble for this fight, and then eventually they decide to swap sandwiches, try each other's sandwiches, see what they think, and they end up really liking each other's sandwiches and understanding those differences between one another. And then it ends with everyone having a picnic with their different foods from the different cultures. So I really like this book. It's got great illustrations. It's got a great message of diversity and differences, and coming to terms with our differences, and to better understand one another. And it does it in such a friendly way that students can understand through something from the lunchroom. So I really like that one. This other one that I like is Tomas and the Library Lady, and it's an award winner, and it's by Pat Mora and Raul Colon. So when I read this to my third graders, they really liked it, and it is actually based on a true story, which is one of my favorite things about this book. Is at the back it has a note about the story, and it tells you about the real Tomas, who ended up going to college and becoming a university administrator and an educational leader, and it all came from very humble beginnings. He's from a family of farm workers who have to travel back and forth between Texas and Iowa in the summers and winters, winters in Texas, summers in Iowa. So he has that transiency that our students can really relate to, and understanding that. Also coming from a family that is native speaking Spanish. So I like that this book has elements of Spanish in it, like buenos noches. Students, my Spanish speaking students really related to that. They liked that they could see something that they could relate to within the book, and they liked correcting my Spanish, which was really fun for them to feel like the expert in something. So the story goes on, and so he is very transient, which is something our students can relate to as well. And his grandfather, who is a storyteller, encourages him to learn new stories. So he goes to the library, and he befriends the librarian at the library, and she really encourages him and helps him find books that interest him and really lets his imagination run wild. And I like how this story really helps to show you how a young child can help bridge cultural divides, with them not being traditional, and coming from a different country, and having him learn stories and things from libraries in the United States to help his grandfather know different stories that can help them to relate to their lives in the United States. So I really like this book. for that reason, and it really shows the main character loving learning and learning a lot from the librarian, and he does have to leave her in the end, which really is true to our students who are so transient and have to say goodbye so often to adults who can change their lives. So I really do like this book. It's got a great message. It's got great themes of diversity and learning and inspiration and creativity and imagination. And then I just really think that the end note with telling you that this was a real person is really inspiring to students. So those are my two books, Tomas and the Library Lady and The Sandwich Shop.